You're listening to the One Man Show Network. Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast with your host, Aaron Weinbaum.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast. I am your host, Aaron Weinbaum. I'm here with you on all kinds of platforms today. I'm still kind of testing this out. Periscope, Twitter, Facebook. I'm opening up the comments right now because apparently that doesn't do it for you. I'll get my virtual camera back soon, so I'm sorry about this dark background. It is what it is. But, you know, all credit to Haps here. So we had a big event last week, UFC 257, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. We're going to get to that. Let's see here. But before we do that, why don't we talk about today's sponsor, Manscaped. Happy New Year's from our sponsor, Manscaped. The best in men's below-the-waist grooming, offering precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. And it's here to help you have clean balls in the new year. Ring in the new year with the right tools for the job. Come out of quarantine with clean balls thanks to the Lawnmower 3.0. This waterproof and skin-safe trimmer will reduce nicks to your two best friends, lefty and righty. The third-generation trimmer even has a light to shine a light to the promised land that looks to be 2021. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code MMAFP at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use promo code MMAFP. New Year's, new balls. All right, let's talk about what happened over the weekend. Of course, all comments are welcome. I will stay here until, until everyone's gone. So I hope this is streaming everywhere it's supposed to. If not, the audio should be available. Even though I forgot to hit record, I'll figure that out at some time too. Good for me. All right. First up, this pay-per-view was on ESPN Plus, and I had a little trouble getting the pay-per-view. And to be honest, I didn't know what I was going to do. Luckily, I didn't get charged for it. Like an hour into it, I'm still trying to get it on ESPN Plus. So luckily, my wife suggested going to Buffalo Wild Wings, which we did. And I was super worried I was going to get charged. I did miss some fights, but we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, one of my sons and his friend, and it turned out okay. Of course, I had to be driven because I was sampling the proper 12 at the time, and so luckily it turned out to be a good night and some good fights. And we're going to talk about this a little bit. What are these fighters going to do? So, hello everyone. You should be able to comment wherever you're watching, and I'll answer your questions, and I'll take your input as well. So, due to trying to get the pay-per-view and then trains, I did miss the Amanda Ribas fight. I picked that very, very badly. And luckily, I got back in time for Jessica Joanne Calderwood. I picked that one correctly. I just don't know that Jessica's ever going to be more than the top four in that division, the 125-pound division. And I'm not saying that be mean. I mean, that's just the way it is. And then let's just get to the co-main and main event, okay? Michael Chandler, Dan Hooker. I mean, I picked that one wrong. I was rooting for Michael Chandler because he's a University of Missouri alum here at Mizzou. And he pulled it off, man. Kudos to him for pulling that off. And I couldn't have been any happier, honestly. Just starched him halfway into the first round. You forget he can box too. And, there you go. So you got to ask, what's next for these guys? What's next for Dan Hooker? First of all, the loser of this match. He was on an impressive 3-fight win streak, and then he's now lost 2 in a row thanks to his last 2 opponents here. Dustin Poirier, and of course Michael Chandler. I think a Tony Ferguson fight would make sense. An impressive win puts either one of those guys back in the talk for title contention. Conor could be an option, but I doubt it. I don't know that Conor will be looking for I think he'd be looking for a bigger name. Rafael dos Anjos would be good. The upside really being for us dos Anjos, maybe even sprinkling like a Kevin Lee or a Donald Cerrone into the mix there. So let's look here. What's next for Chandler? Does he go for a fight for a vacant lightweight title? Maybe. Perhaps. I don't know. I hope not. He's beaten one guy in the UFC. Does he fight Chandler? Does he fight Charles Oliveira? That would make sense if Oliveira isn't fighting for the vacant title next. Khabib's got to be in there somewhere. I don't think that's going to happen either. Conor, why not? That would make sense to get Conor right back up to the next title shot, but you don't know. You don't know what Conor's thinking. Nate Diaz? I doubt Nate takes that fight since, again, Chandler's not a very well-known name. I also think it's a bad matchup for him, honestly. A bad matchup for Nate. Let's not forget Nate hasn't made lightweight also since December 2015. And he's publicly stated he doesn't like making the weight. I think a couple of old school names that have been in the UFC could work. Donald Cerrone. Why not? RDA. I think RDA is an option for all the winners and losers except for Dustin, probably. So what's next for Dustin? He beats Conor McGregor in impressive fashion in round 2, okay? I mean, he nearly knocks Conor's leg clean off. Yes, I'm exaggerating, people. I know his leg didn't fall off. And then knocks him out. Like I said, round 2. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. The win, obviously, for Dustin, I mean, as much as he does for charity, I don't see any way he doesn't fight for a title. There's talks of Nate Diaz wanting in there. And again, that fight's already been made and canceled. And besides the name value, I think Nate doesn't deserve it. Khabib, of course, highly unlikely. I won't entertain that. A rubber match with Conor? Sure. I hope not. I know that Conor fans want it, but no. Come on. He's already beaten Gaethje. Dustin has, rather, who just fought and lost. My number one hope is Dustin Poirier versus Charles Oliveira. I mean, why not, right? Charles is a monster at 155 pounds right now. 8 wins in a row, dating back to June 2018. That's insane. Wow. Charles is about the only guy in the division that Dustin hasn't fought, so, and he's on a winning streak. So, book it, Dano. What's next for Conor? Well, so many things can happen here. Like I said before, a rubber match with Dustin. I hope not. Speaking of rubber matches, why not Nate Diaz at 155 pounds? Why not? The problem is, again, that Nate is going to want to make that weight. Like I said, Nate hasn't made lightweight since December 2015. He's publicly stated he doesn't like making the weight. Who knows how long this fight would take to book? I mean, does he box against Manny Pacquiao? I sure hope not. Sure, he made like some life-changing money there against Floyd Mayweather, but Conor's ultimate goal, if his goal is to be the UFC champion, again, this will only take time off the clock. Tony Ferguson is certainly an option for Conor. Why not? I mean, Tony Ferguson is certainly a name People recognize the name value is there. Conor may think it's easy pickings because of what happened with Tony Ferguson and losing to Gaethje and Oliveira back-to-back. Oliveira is an option, but super risky for Conor. Great upside for Oliveira, though. Since Conor has inferior grappling, I don't know. I don't know if he wants to take that fight. Dan Hooker? Maybe. Both of the guys like to stand and bang. Both just lost. Let's not forget the match that never was. Conor versus RDA. Conor versus Rafael dos Anjos. Okay? Yeah, why not? I mean, I would really like to see that fight. Nate Diaz taking the fight at welterweight changed both Nate and Conor's lives forever. And in the meantime, Rafael dos Anjos lost the belt to Eddie Alvarez, after Nate and Conor fought the first time and in between them fighting the second time. Conor beats Eddie, gets the 155-pound belt. RDA made a run at welterweight before eventually coming back down to lightweight here recently and beating Paul Felder to make it another run. Why not? Why not that fight? Why not Al Quinta? Al went 5 rounds with Khabib. Conor tapped. A man can dream, can't he? We'll see. But before I leave here, if there are any comments, I'd be happy to take them at this time. And I'm going to go going once, going twice. I don't see him here. So until next time, until next week, when we pick some more fights, shalom.
Please remember to support the podcast by visiting the affiliate links on AaronSaysWhat.com.